Some OSFirstTimer fans got together to make a podcast about our channel. So Dinah and I went on a huge walk and made an 8-part mini reaction series to it. Be sure to comment with OSFirstTimer related questions on this video to have them answered in a question segment at the end of the next podcast reaction episode. This is episode 4. Here we are, it is now the next episode of the OSFirstTimer podcast, and what better topic we're on? Diana appreciation. So let's continue hearing about this. This is your favourite topic, I think, of the podcast. Let's go.
I made a game for my mother for her birthday, and she did come over and play it and play my other games as well. Yeah, the chicken game, so I played me and my mother I played as well. So maybe she would.
Diana is one of the rare people who I see able to do this for her son. So, and that kind of thing, it's not only doing for her son, but also her son's fans.
Yes, us.
We both do it for the fans.
Yeah. So yeah, Diana, I just want to quickly shout out. I'll give
we
you a
love
shout
the nice
out
comments.
to you.
She doesn't need a shout out. She's
of course.
He's more popular than Philip.
Yeah.
Than anyone.
Oh yeah. In some ways, yeah.
She's on everything.
Yeah.
Disclaimer. This is not a diss to my own mother. Yeah. I still love you, mom.
Yeah.
All right.
My mum would do that. Yeah.
For
Good
any
job.
other mom for the world.
That's important.
Good job.
I know you love me as well. And just a quick disclaimer: this is not a diss to any of the mothers out there, but Diana just has something special in her.
Wait, does your mother watch your videos?
I mean, I have caught her doing it once or twice.
I caught her.
I don't really want her to watch it too much anyway, because I kind of say some things that I don't really want her to hear.
I know exactly what he's talking about. Mighty Eagle did a video where he came out and he said, "Everyone, I'm coming out as," and then he held up a pan and he said, no, he held up a pot and he said, "Yeah, we won't get into that. Go to Mighty Eagle's channel."
He was only joking.
Yeah, he was joking. He says, "Look at the curves of this pot. And it's so beautiful." He was taking it was a pun on, I think, pan,
Oh gosh, I would have loved to see his mum react.
Understanding English anyway, so
you should do his mum react to him
she's
coming
not
out.
really going to understand too much.
How about Duncan?
Oh yeah, because she doesn't know English that much.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't really have much to say, to be honest. You said everything.
Ben and Jasmine.
Oh yeah, Ben and Jasmine.
I mean, we can't forget
Ben and
about
Jasmine.
them.
Ben.
What about Ricky as well? Come.
So now the next topic is they're going to start.
He mentioned Ricky.
Yeah, and they're going to start talking about Ben and Jasmine now, appreciation for Ben and Jasmine.
Ricky.
You can't forget Ricky.
Of course. And the chickens. And the funky chickens.
How about Mark? How about Mark? He's a human. He exists.
Well, I mean, Mark didn't really appear too much on OS.
I mean,
Yeah, they didn't forget Mark, because he's a family member. Mark is
He kind of was as a baby in the
Archive series,
the archive series, that's right. And then he's now moved in with us.
He's just with us for a little bit. I think he's 18 now, and he just needs to get a little bit sort of his life together, and then move in with his girlfriend in Perth. Anyway, have to pick that up.
Oh,
Yep.
I didn't even notice it fell out.
Hopefully Jazzy doesn't watch this. These are Jazzy's, so hopefully she doesn't watch this. Anyway, let's go.
That was my
No,
earring
Ricky.
that fell out.
Ricky. Yeah, well, Ricky. Special shout out to Ricky. The amount of times that he barked at me.
Oh yeah, when Mighty Eagle 73 came up.
He
barks at everyone. Yeah, Ricky, our dog, barks at everyone.
When we have guests because we wonder how long it'll be before
They stop barking.
He will take to stop barking.
He usually, I think,
awful.
it's about half an hour to an hour it takes for
Oh, no.
Ricky. But for Mighty
If
Eagle,
you're
I think it was
lucky-
2 hours.
If you're lucky, sometimes it can be longer.
Yeah.
During my visit to Tasmania, I mean, I'm kind of used to dogs barking at me now because I'm also like a delivery driver. But Ricky,
They bark at them.
thank you for all those times where you barked at me. I'm not sure if you can understand this, but
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll translate it to Ricky.
yeah. You
Ben-
have anything else to add?
Ben is like the male version of Diana, but it's like a bit dumber. Okay, honestly, a bit dumb.
We've got to go home and tell Ben.
version of
Do you know what
me, dumber.
you are? Ben
love that.
is the male version of Diana, but dumber. Okay, he's going to love that.
Yeah, I wouldn't use that word, but he is a little bit
It's funny
technologically.
because it just reminded me.
Yeah.
It's so funny because there's actually a lady at my work,
Yeah.
And she's always so formal. She always calls me Mrs. Diana all the time.
Yeah.
And then when she sees Ben, she calls him Mr. Diana.
Oh, really?
Yes. So it just reminds me of that.
So he's saying, Mighty Eagle's saying, don't use the word dumber. He's like technologically unadvanced, I think.
Noob. A noob. He's a
Noob,
noob.
yeah, that's
He's proud of
better.
it.
He is a noob and proud. He said that once.
I mean,
I'm a
come
noob
on,
and
you
I'm
know
proud of
that
it.
he has some talents in other areas.
That's a reference to the OSFirstTimer video.
How did Mighty Eagle not know that? Yeah, Duncan knew.
Jazzy's like, I just don't really like Jazzy that much. So it's like funny, okay?
So far we've had Jazzy's earphone fall onto the ground. She would be pissed off. She's like, make sure she's got to not watch this. And then we've got OS Daily Time. I really don't like Jazzy. So Jazzy's got to not watch this.
Well, I have to admit, Jazzy was born on the 24th of July and she
24/7.
24/7.
Yep.
But she might be watching this.
She's getting better now. She's getting better now.
And even Mighty Eagle said she might be watching this.
Yeah. But she's got a boyfriend now and she's very occupied with him. She's into baking now. She's always baking, but oh my God, she baked some chocolate chip cookies today and they were absolutely divine. Better than what you'd even get in a cafe.
Yeah. By the way, this point here of the mountain you're about to see is actually the highest point of the whole mountain. Sadly, there's so many views, you don't see...
When we were on the other side...
And we're looking up,
trees,
in that other episode, yep.
We were going to be amongst that.
Yep.
This is the amongst that.
Yep, especially up there. So yeah, these are all the trees. Let's keep going. Ben and Jasmine.
She's very good, okay? Extremely good, okay? Very,
She's good. She's
disciplined.
good.
That's not really...
Very disciplined.
I mean,
it is quite cool seeing like her on like the vlogs channel and going on each individual video and like seeing her slowly grow up in all of them. That is cool.
Watch Jazzy grow up.
Oh yeah, seeing them age.
Just
that
like
kind of
they've
thing.
grown up.
Yeah.
Woo! I thought I saw another snake. I'm getting scared.
When she first appeared on the channel, she was like what,
A
3
toddler.
years old.
Yeah,
now
Jazzy
she's
was a
like,
toddler.
she's all grown up, 15, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. It might have been an I2 Patterns video where she was like playing Minecraft or something like that.
Yeah, that video was like
Scary
pretty
man
popular
can't
as
get in.
Yeah.
Another video,
I
like, no, that's my yucky lunch. That was...
About that.
That's the
she's
worst video.
No, that's my yucky lunch.
Yeah, it was basically this disgusting lunch. She didn't want it,
Yep,
and then
but
this
she didn't
yucky
want
lunch,
you to
and then
take
I
it
was going to
away.
take it away, and she was like, "No, my yucky lunch." It was like the cognitive dissonance of a 2-year-old.
But it's so funny because she's growing up and now she still has this...
Yeah,
when
aversion
she's
to food,
Well, it's not aversion to food. It's basically...
to healthy food.
To healthy food,
Yeah.
yes. And she's very, very critical of food. Like, she's very hard to please when it comes to food. It has to taste a certain way or whatever.
It has to be takeout.
Yeah, exactly. But remember, we went on that holiday and, like, you had all these
clips where she
of
didn't
her
like the New Zealand
trying
video.
the food and
She tried food and she didn't like it.
constantly throughout the whole
Yep.
holiday.
Anyway.
Don't watch that one if you're planning on eating or just eating.
Yeah.
That was definitely one of the videos of all time.
Yeah.
Recently, OSFirstTimer has been uploading quite a lot of videos.
Every
wouldn't you
3
say?
days.
Yes.
Every 3 days.
Very.
I hope we continue.
We get a video like twice a week even.
Yeah. It's an early Christmas.
Early Christmas, yep.
Early Christmas, and then watch it actually be Christmas, and those videos just slow down.
Yeah. And
It's
then we
been-
just watch OS Daily Timer.
Yes, exactly.
There's been quite a lot of videos recently, and I'm enjoying it very much, yes. After like
Yeah.
extremely long without uploading.
Yeah, a whole year
And
of no
then
uploading I
boom.
went at one
Kind of
point.
like,
Every video, every 3 days. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
yeah, we're kind of used to not seeing a lot of videos on the OSFirstTimer video. I mean, like, the time between the ChatGPT video and the Mom Explores AI video.
Yeah, that was a longer... Yeah, this is a little structure. The ChatGPT to you exploring AI video, that was there because I was fostering for a whole year, so I couldn't edit or do videos, but that was the best year of my life.
What is this? Is this someone's grave? Look.
That wasn't there last time I've been here.
But what's that all about?
This has been here for, like, this says 24, 24, 42. I can't decipher it.
24 infinity 2442.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but this has been here. I've like 5 years ago I saw this here, you know, it's no idea.
Who built this? And what does that mean?
What does that mean? So this is a new OSFirstTimer law you got to figure out.
We don't know.
What does that mean? Can you decipher it?
And who be able to tell you if you're right or not because we don't know.
So it's the huge challenge to figure out what it is.
Wow, that is just so random to have that just
there in that spot.
Who built that? What is its function?
Anyway, let's keep going.
400 something days, okay? One downside of these, the OSFirstTimer frenzy, is the impact of every OSFirstTimer video has like kind of decreased because it's not like some highlights of the highlight.
so
Yeah, I
many
get
now.
what you mean. So it's kind of like
There's so many of them
if
now.
the
it's
video like comes out
desensitizing.
like every month, right? It's like you watch that video, wow, he's uploaded, wow, this is a special occasion.
And you cherish that video.
But obviously
Yeah.
now, if it's like every 3 days, then it's like, oh, another one, nice, I'll watch it.
Oh, did you,
Not as
At
much.
least he said
do you know,
nice.
tomorrow there'll be a new video, and he's told me it's a AI video about the ChatGPT like advanced voice thing.
I remember voice mode.
He commented on the.
So they filmed this
Is that the one that we're
before.
on the lounge?
Yeah, there's the lounge
That's
video.
my favourite video.
Yeah, that's our favourite recent video.
People.
Definitely. No, they're walking the opposite way. See. So yeah. So we're filming them. They looked. You were sitting on the lounge telling ChatGPT advanced voice mode to do all these accents. Then we kept running out of free time and going into other accounts and stuff.
Oh yeah. That's
So yeah.
And it was always at the
so
cliff
they
edge.
filmed
Just really
this.
wanted to hear that voice.
Yeah. So they filmed this podcast the day before we did that video. So it's actually a bit old, this podcast, now. It took a while for us to get to it, but we've gotten to it. Look at the hill behind how cool it is.
Oh, he commented on the teaser. The one where my face was featured in it
Oh
excessively.
yeah, OS Daily Timer made it Mighty Eagle's face. Essentially, was the podcast first time, and there's a picture of Mighty Eagle in a suit in front of his university or something. So yeah, and Mighty Eagle doesn't like that being
portion of the
featured.
video.
Why not?
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Well, I mean, okay. So in your OSFirstTimer iceberg video, you said something about I mean, you put like the golden OSFirstTimer zone. Like the golden zone was a little bit too long. Hey, era 1. So basically, the first video to the monitor unboxing. Video,
Oh yeah, the
right?
OS first time
So,
eras.
yeah,
now.
I would agree. That was the early period.
So when we're doing like shaky cam videos, so they're talking about OS first timer
This is
eras.
a shaky cam.
Yeah, they're talking about the OS first timer eras now, and so the first era is the original, like the shaky cam era that they're talking about.
So we have eras now. So
Yeah.
the history of the world, and you got all those
Yeah.
stage, and now it's applies
Yeah.
to us now.
Here we go, the eras.
It was done by shaky cam,
Yes, I said that.
recording mom and then recording the screen.
Oh.
Yeah, I was not a big fan of that setup.
I didn't like it. People were upset when I
I
got rid of
honestly
that.
Obviously-
kind of like it, honestly.
No, mine
Oh,
just-
OS
Well,
Daily Timer likes that.
But it's good that they changed it. It's a relic now. It's like
Yeah.
something you can look back on the museum now. So
Oh,
that
the
is.
museum.
I got called oldie the other day. In
But
Other
obviously,
video,
if he kept doing that, then it would get overly excessive, and obviously,
Yeah, we couldn't have continued the
was
shaky cam.
fun to watch that for too long.
Yeah, outdated. The name is the shaky cam period.
So that's the first era.
Golden era. Okay, yeah, the golden era is where I would disagree with you on the placement. So the golden era, I would say it's split into the pre-2017 Sydney era.
Were you in that? era?
No, that was from 2014 to 2016, where he
2014
was,
to
like,
2016 is like the next era.
Call it the middle era of the golden era.
Oh yeah, we'll just call it the middle era. So basically, that was when
They're like
Sil was,
historians.
yeah, the recording quality definitely got a lot better. And yeah, that was when Diana was using a green screen as well.
Yes,
Does
and that's
anyone
why I
remember those videos?
chose Windows 9.
We've still got that green screen. We haven't used it for ages.
Yeah.
It's in the garage.
The problem with the green screen is it always cuts your hair and makes it look like you don't have as much hair as you
Yes,
usually
I don't
do.
like that because look, I've got a lot.
Yeah,
of hair.
and the green
Yeah.
screen cuts off all the wispy bits at the, and you
Yeah,
don't like
I
that.
like the wispy bit.
Yeah, so that's why we don't do those. And they're also very, I think 20 minutes just to set up the green screen, then another 15 minutes to pull it all apart at the end of each video.
Yeah, that was a
So
big
it was a
setup.
hassle. The green screen, I think the quality was cool.
Hacker.
It kind of cut you out on the desktop a bit, no corners and stuff, but you know, it was a bit annoying. You know, I have to walk backwards down this hill.
Yeah, walking backwards down a hill isn't
Nah.
that good, but
Video.
I like walking
Yeah.
down a hill because I'm
Of the
not
green screen.
often.
Yeah, that's. I would call that the green screen era.
The green screen. Yeah.
Green era.
The rat poison was actually the last video where
Rat Poison was an operating system you tried out.
Oh, okay. I hope that wasn't an era.
So yeah, I would say that era, even though it's called the green screen era, it actually ends on the mom tries out a Mitsubishi Mirage video. That was where things started to get...
I don't have that car anymore.
Well, I've got that car. Yeah, I bought it off you, so that's my car now. The Mitsubishi Mirage. You've got an electric car now.
I've got a pink BYD
Dolphin, and we've got solar panels on the roof, so you never pay for petrol.
I know.
You charge it up,
it's like
and
your own service station.
Yeah.
In our car.
We charge it up at the daytime, and it's completely free. You run off completely free energy. So solar panels plus the very cheap in Australia BYD Dolphin. I think what was it, 30-something thousand? 39
with
or
all the costs and that.
Yeah.
It ended up being about 39.
Okay, and the great thing about that is you don't free electricity. Instead of paying $100 a week for your fuel in your car, $100 a week. I think Dad said $120 a week for his car. When he had a Mazda. Yeah. Now you both got electric cars, and our solar panels charge both of them fully, so you never pay for petrol again.
It's a bit frustrating though when the clouds go over.
Oh yeah. It just slows it down. It means it takes longer. But we can charge up those cars in about 7 hours from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Using off-peak
which is cheap, but we just prefer to use solar. The sun-powered cars. Anyway.
We're not advertising BYD because we're not getting paid for them.
No, any electric car is good, but they're just starting to become affordable now in Australia. Because Teslas are so expensive. But anyway, let's keep going.
Car
that
edition.
video was really good as well, hey.
Car edition.
Oh, you had a crash by now.
Oh yeah, you would have had a crash by now trying to, call this number.
What?
Call 000.
Say again.
You would have had a crash by now. Remember
You
it?
have a crash by now.
Oh, pardon?
Yeah, so you said in the car, you would have had a crash by now, then the Mitsubishi voice said, pardon?
That was certified very funny.
Cool.
Did you have that clip on your
Recognition was
on your
crap.
channel?
Yeah, in that car.
Yeah, it's the entire sections there. It's worse than
You
the
you had a crash by now, pardon? Should be its own video. It was that funny.
certified extremely funny.
Talking about.
Yeah, certified extremely funny. You should have those moments. Here's an idea: certified extremely funny.
In case you're wondering, OS Daily Timer has his favourite clips, and he calls them the Certified Very Funny 1, Certified Very Funny 2, and he's got his favourite clips. And funny is part of the funniest clips. You should have them separate as Certified Extremely Funny.
Yeah, that was the green screen era. That's what we'll call it. Even though the later videos didn't have green screen, but yeah, those videos, I mean, they were good. That was when Phil started to learn about various different kinds of things to make his videos better. Had better techniques. Obviously, there was still random 5 tasks. That was also where OSFirstTimer Advanced came in.
OSFirstTimer Advanced was software. Back then, OSFirstTimer Advanced was, I was getting to the point where I'm thinking it's the same 5 tasks every time. You're trying an operating system every time. We need to change this up. So it was called Advanced, but it was really just you trying software. It's just OSFirstTimer tries software. And we don't call it Advanced anymore. Now we've got 4 video types. We've got the OSFirstTimer operating systems video, OSFirstTimer software videos, OSFirstTimer AI videos.
That's actually my favourite. I mean,
and we do OSFirstTimer game videos, so we do the 4 of them. We like all the categories.
Believe it or not, there are people that don't like the AI videos, but actually they're my favourite.
They're your favourite.
I actually really enjoy doing those ones.
Yeah.
But I think it's good that we
the variety.
Do the 4 types.
The 4 types, and every video we do one of each type.
Yeah. If there's a particular topic that somebody doesn't want to watch.
I think the gaming videos are the least popular out of the 4, where you try out games, but for some people that's their favourite. That's like, bring back Dino Games Through Time, and I was like, no, that Dino Games Through Time took up a bit too much of our channel at that point, and we just needed the variety. I think this is the best era, with the 4 videos.
What do you think of the 4 types of videos we do, and do you agree?
This is a 5th type. The bushwalk is a 5th type.
Just its own category. It starts with where Jazzy tries out Windows XP, and it ends, which is the first video of 2017, and then it ends with Mom tries out Windows blindfolded.
2017 plus a bit of 2018 era.
The next era.
What a catchy name.
No, I would say it ends on the Mom customizes Tiny Core Linux. That
we moved to what should we call it? Tasmania. That's like
because
the
in
next
2018
era.
they actually moved to Tasmania. Has anyone heard about that?
Still here.
Walking through Tasmanian wilderness.
Moves from the northern beaches of Sydney, which by the way I hate as well. Like northern beaches. I mean, none of you guys are from Sydney anyway, but I will just say The Northern Beaches is kind of like...
It's pretty crowded.
What Northern Beaches is to Sydney is what Tasmania is to Australia.
Yeah.
What?
I think like 2% of
he's right
Australians.
about that.
Oh, kind of like everyone
he's
forgets
saying-
about Tasmania. Do they all forget about the Northern Beaches?
No. He's saying that the Northern Beaches are like so nice and so, you know, scenic.
But he says he
and
hates the Northern Beaches.
I know he does. Oh, but...
So what is it? I don't get this
2%
reference.
of
Let's see if we can
Australian
figure it out.
population lives there, and I'm part of that 2%.
Northern Beaches is actually more like 5%, but they're their own thing. Like,
Why did you say the way you said like? Did you know they moved from Sydney to Tasmania? Like I didn't know. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, but the people listening to this might not know.
I mean, the entire house changed.
Oh, yes.
the entire house changed. Yeah. So yeah, that was the period, I guess. And then we have our... Okay, you know what? I wasn't finished talking about the Northern Beaches yet, but people who are listening in might be from the Northern Beaches, so I'm gonna stop talking about it. So not to offend you guys. If you want a full-on detail about my relationship with the Northern Beaches, I will gladly sit down with you and talk about it. But I'm not gonna get into it now.
Make a video, Marty Eagle. We want to see it.
Beaches.
No, we can start listening to a Northern Beaches podcast, actually.
He's dissing where we used to live.
I will,
we want to know why.
I can literally talk about the Northern Beaches for like 3 hours straight.
crowded.
3
It'll be
hours.
longer than this
Beautiful
podcast.
place, but it was crowded.
Longer than the podcast, you could talk about the
In
Northern Beaches.
2018, that's when they moved to Tasmania, and they also got like a new intro where the you know the OSFirstTimer, like there's like this logo and then the title of the video, that kind of stuff slides in.
Oh, I
Yeah,
remember
so
that
I
little,
guess
the
that
lower
is
thirds, the blue lower thirds. I
I
didn't
call that the new
I didn't do that
Tasmanian
anymore.
era. And that begins
New Tasmanian, we will new
on the first
Tasmanians.
video of 2018, which was Mum Tries Reading English.
Mum Tries Reading
okay, so
English.
it's
I
from
remember that.
Mum Tries Out Arch Linux with Anarchy. So that's the first video of
Oh,
the
yeah, that's right.
New Tasmanian era to Mum Tries Reading English.
And that was the last
450
video
to
of that.
2020. That one was a classic, eh?
It's like something really funny about. Mum tries out reading English.
Like it's such a hard
No.
thing. You gotta watch that video if you don't get
Not
the reference.
clickbait.
And then there's the Diana Games Through Time era.
They
Oh, that's
Yeah,
another
that's-
era.
Yeah, I mean, she uploaded nothing but Diana Games Through Time.
If I'm gonna be honest, I've only watched like the first like 4 episodes of that because I'm only looking around to watching it now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched all of those videos either.
I haven't as well.
I'm getting to it.
Yeah.
It's not their
So-
type because it's so different. It's
I
different
think
to our usual type.
Phil's main flaw with Diana Games Through Time is that every single video he uploads is Diana Games Through Time.
Yeah,
And
there was
it
no
only appeals
variation.
to a specific...
Specific
Yeah,
and wasn't OSFirstTimer anymore.
That's just a shame because he does that for consistency, right?
It's
He
better
wants
now.
consistency
yeah.
on his
We've
channel.
got variety.
But in turn, what that does is it drowns out the viewer's attention. Like it's like if every single video you upload is the exact same video over and
I
over.
mean-
constructive criticism.
But at the same
You know
time,
what?
every single video before what that
I
was an
appreciate-
operating system.
I know.
It's-
But that
it's
was
every
what made
video
the
was the
channel
same
famous.
thing, yeah.
I know, but that's
Yeah,
what made
yeah.
You know,
We went too off
this
path.
was an operating system based.
Yeah.
That's how we started.
Yeah.
And the Games Through Time was definitely a tangent that took a long detour
Yep.
for a while. But look, now we've got the right balance. And look, constructive criticism is great because how do you know unless somebody told about
Anyway, let's keep hearing.
What he's doing now is a lot better. He's like,
The variety.
everyone's happy. He's doing AI,
Yep.
he's doing operating systems,
Exactly.
and he's doing games, he's doing software, he's doing everything that everybody wants.
Exactly, yeah. And
the
I mean,
balance
like
right.
for the Diana Games Through Time video,
I
like
love
there
the
isn't
AI.
really
Yeah.
That's my
much
favourite.
viewer interaction anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like they didn't do the Patreon quest thing or anything. It was just a random game from that year.
Exactly, yeah. It wasn't even the most popular game. It was okay. Well, there's different genres which he tries to do, but like it wasn't even the most popular game from each year. Like it's just okay. This game fits in a genre that we haven't done before. Okay, let's do this game. So yeah, I would say that
If the
era-
viewers could pick, it would have been
Okay,
better.
we'll talk about like what our favorite
Yeah.
and worst eras are in a bit. And then there is the new era, I guess. Begins with OSFirstTimer unboxing the play button and ends. Has it ended yet? Really?
It has ended. Actually, it has ended.
Yeah, because then I did the foster care for a year.
Because then you...
Yeah, so that was unboxing the play button to sort of just before to the ChatGDP video, and then after that, the original trying out ChatGDP.
Gosh, it would be nice to unbox the million
subs. It's so far away. We're stuck at 108.
I wonder if I'll be able to do that before I'm 100.
ChatGPT was the last video, hey?
Yes, because of the massive hiatus. We're in the revival era now, the revival.
Yeah, so this is a new revival era. I call it the variety era right now. That's the newest era in my opinion. It's because I fostered 2 boys for a whole year and living in my own house, backyard, trampoline, everything.
3-story house, actually.
Yeah, 3-story house. I want to take a break for some more education before I do some more fostering because foster children are tough.
And also help pay off a large mortgage.
Yeah, I've got a huge mortgage on my house. Anyway, we won't get to that. We will listen to the last era and then we will end this episode off and do comments.
Phil has done a lot of hiatuses in the past anyway. I
Not
feel
as big
like
as that one.
The first couple of videos that he has done are kind of different. Like, aren't really that different from like the videos that are going on right now anyway. So I would say they're still pretty similar.
I mean, it's like something about the thumbnails just different. Okay, the thumbnails just look.
So OSFirstTimer is saying the thumbnails.
I don't actually like some of the thumbnails because my face looks like.
So we're talking about the newest era, the variety era, since I started doing all the AI and stuff.
But you seem to pick the most ugliest thumbnails sometimes.
OSFirstTimer is saying the thumbnails seem different to the previous eras. Now, I'm not trying to make them different, but I think because I took a whole year of not making thumbnails, I'm just getting back into making thumbnails again for the videos, and that's probably why they've got a different style to the previous ones.
Because you're a little bit rusty.
Yeah, I am rusty, but I think they're better. I actually like them.
We'll agree to disagree.
Maybe it's because I've just looked at them for too long, for a year. I've looked at them too long, and it's like, new thumbnails, very different. So
so OSFirstTimer notices thumbnails, Mighty Eagle doesn't.
The same font, the Cooper font.
Maybe you're seeing something that we are not. We'll trust your instinct on that. So now we have basically 6 eras.
So those are the 6 eras.
Did somebody just try to burn the inside of
Yeah, it's like the inside of the tree is burnt here. So we will end this off here and go to the comments now. Remember, we're going to now look at the comments from the previous episode of this podcast. So write some comments now if you want to see them in the next episode featured of the podcast.
comments, please. See ya.
Okay, so we're now going to react to PodcastFirstTimer, episode 3 of 8 comments. So let's check these out. Oh, wow. I didn't expect to hear Diana speaking a Slavic language. Moreover, all the way from Australia. Nice. Also, what's great is that being Ukrainian myself, my knowledge of the native language of mine helped me understand that she said she doesn't really speak Croatian that much. Oh, well, let's hear it first.
Ja rozumiem puno, ja govorim malo.
Maybe try playing something in Ukrainian to her and ask if she gets it.
Привіт, привіт!
Did you understand that?
Well, it must have been some sort of a greeting.
Так, бувай.
Borg. Borg was how I used to say
okay.
Borg. God, and Borg means God. It's almost like God be with you type thing.
Okay. This was such a funny episode. Since in the previous episode, Dinah said she had computer studies where they programmed with BASIC, it might be interesting to see her trying to make a simple program in it after all those years.
Oh.
I like how you're dedicating most of the video to your fan/community. I was a bit bummed out when my comment was literally there when you said, that's going to be all for today, but I hope this one gets in.
Well, there you go. It's in.
It's so surreal seeing Dinah speak a language I can understand too, aside from English. I'm Slovenian, and I can understand Croatian fine, since the lang similarity is not that big. The Golzika Dismrti part killed me.
I'm sure it would have.
Also, one question. Yeah. What's your main monitor and what resolution is it? It's a 4K 43-inch 144 Hz monitor.
By the way, I did tell you in relation...
It's VA. Never get a VA monitor.
Just one thing with pronunciation. My mother's name was Biserka. And you got to say it properly. You got to say Biserka. But Australians don't say it properly. They say berserker. My father used to always say berserker. You do not call someone berserker. That's actually quite offensive because you're inferring that they're berserk.
Okay.
But my mum's name was Berserker.
Yeah, they're happy that they got featured. Thanks for reading it out. Thanks for reading out my comment. This person's explaining that Gyat thing. We'll just have that on the screen. It's an evolution of the MILF comments from years ago. We remember those. Okay, thanks for reading my comment. Can you read all this?
Oh, I never read Croatian.
There's no chance that you would understand
But just wait, Drago. Drago. That rings a real bell. Can you say it as if
it
get
says
somebody
you speak Croatian very well. I understand everything. I ask you because I'm a Serb and I speak Serbian and I know that your mother was Croatian. I'm glad you know your history and culture. I loved hearing you talk about your childhood and thanks for the reply. See, so I can even understand it. And I just read it straight off the bat, you know?
Can I just say, hearing it and reading it are two different things. I never learnt how to read it. I heard it and I could understand it, but I've lost so much, unfortunately. This was, I'm going back to when I was a kid, you know, and I really understood it as a kid, but now I've lost too much.
So this guy's happy we featured, we released a video on his birthday and he's happy his comment got featured. I haven't got a notification from you in a long time, so I didn't really know about this podcast, but it's all very nice to listen to. When I was 8 to 10, I knew I was a nerd and I knew I wanted to make video games or even become a software engineer, but I didn't want to be picked on for it. I also didn't think I was smart enough to do any of that. I found your channel around that age and I think it's one of the things that really helps motivate me.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm so pleased.
Something about seeing a whole family make videos about tech was just really cool, and I didn't know there are other families like that, and I got to learn a lot about OSs too. You all also have my kind of humour, and it was nice to watch you, Ben, Jazzy, Dinah and stuff make things, learn and mess around with software that you've never touched before, and just have fun. I studied ICT just because of watching
yes!
I did that. At my school, we didn't call it ICT. We called it IPT, Information Processes Technology. So I did that. And
I would have just called it IT.
Yeah.
Information Technology.
I also did software development and design in high school as one of my other things I chose. Hi, Phil and Dinah. I have a rather odd question. How were you in possession of the thick Microsoft QBasic manual seen in that episode? I can tell you how. When I was in IPT at school, or whatever you want to call it.
That was your textbook?
No, that was not the... Why would we do a Microsoft QBasic thing? That's like from the 80s and 90s or something. That would not be what I'd be learning. Like, how old do you think I am?
I don't know. Maybe you'd
That's
learn
the kind
the
of textbook
history.
you would have done. They were doing a clear out of the computer classroom and they got rid of all this. They were just chucking out all this old computer stuff, like full software and mint condition,
and you
straight to the garbage bin.
Oh.
And I just thought, I just want to take a few things. So I got a few things, which...
Do you still have it?
No, I ended up actually selling them and making some money out, to be honest. But I did have it for some time. I even had, they sold like Sim Life, a boxed Sim Life with the original floppies. This is like an early 90s game. So it's like all of that kind of thing.
Oh, well, you answered the question.
Yeah. I used to watch this all the time when I was younger. It made me interested in computers. Came back and it was still as good as ever.
Oh, good.
Nice. So got one of our podcasters now. It's OS Daily Timer. We will not read that comment. Look, I've been notified not to let any names stick, so we're just going to move on. I love your videos, OSFirstTimer, and I've been feeling really terrible recently, and you've put a smile on my face today. That's
good.
Awesome.
That's good. I hope we can put a smile on your face every day.
I was partially featured. Yay. Anyway, you should make a video on RX Linux. It's Debian with KDE1. KDE1 sounds old. My questions that weren't answered were, do you still have the Surface Pros? No, I sold them to Matthew. And if so, what did you do with them? Oh, I sold them to Matthew. He's my uncle. And you've probably said this before, but what's your favourite Linux distro and Windows version? Hard. Obviously, I use Windows 11, but the prettiest version of Windows, I think, is Windows 7. And my favourite Linux distro is Ubuntu, same as Diana. I'm curious, as someone who is visually I didn't know Win Electronic was visually impaired. Okay. I enjoyed your NVDA video, and I was wondering if Diana's reaction to that experience, if she remembers what it is to strictly use a voice as a main source of navigation through the entire operating system. So, what did you think? Do you remember, just using voice to navigate the operating system? Like that time you
I just can't remember.
It was too long ago for you to remember. But I think today, That would be interesting. Merged with AI could really help.
Because AI has come a long way.
Yeah, and AI, could, instead of just the voice reading what's on the screen, I think the voice back then was robotic.
Now it would change so much.
It'd be like, you are currently on the Windows 11 desktop. and it would sound more flowy,
Well, that's how you usually introduce
the episode. Yeah. Imagine if there was an OSFirstTimer AI that guides people who are visually impaired to navigate their environment. That'd be interesting.
Maybe we should design that one day.
Also, would you be open to trying it again with a different screen reader and another operating system? Maybe instead of changing the desktop background, you can change the voice, since it doesn't really make sense for a blind or visually impaired person to set a desktop background. Yeah, that's a good point. If we did that again, instead of the background, change the voice.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I just realised he only pointed that out now. That was silly of me to do the task. Change the desktop background because a blind person wouldn't.
I just realised, or not necessarily
blind, a visually impaired person, it wouldn't really, the background wouldn't matter.
No.
So that's actually a very interesting point.
Yeah.
My question is, when is the Diner upgrades from Windows 1.0 to Windows 11 with the service packs? We won't be doing that. That video was quite intense. That was actually, I think Mighty Eagle suggested that video of going from one to, but as you know, there's a bit of a Windows Me All 98 to Windows 2000 and XP based on the new Windows NT technology, and the Windows 95 was based on DOS. So that's just a bit of a messy one. It says, your ice age is still t-shirt weather in Canada. Yeah, so Canada gets cold. How much longer will you keep up with the current upload schedule? We're trying the one video every 3 days. We are trying. It's tough to keep up with that. I laughed really hard at... I just call him the ice cream cone. Calling him ice cream cone. I was like, cone does... Oh, yeah, ice cream cone. We'll call him that. Seeing myself on OSFirstTimer and considering I've been watching since I was 7 in 2016. Whoa. And it's Cohen. Okay, Cohen.
Oh, Cohen.
Got it.
Okay.
As for questions, you don't have to do them all. The ones you want to do, you can put in later video.
Oh, seriously?
Okay, just because there is sort of like a lot of people who've got to do comments, I'm going to randomly pick one. Boom, this one. What happened to Diana's Lenovo Yoga 710? Because in the original ChatGPT video, she had a different laptop. It got pretty glitchy towards the end.
It got glitchy and I just ended up replacing it because I was sick of the glitchiness. Now, what is your opinion on the social media bans?
Love it.
Yes.
Love it. Yes.
Love it. Because social media, I feel, does a lot of damage, especially to young people's self-esteem and especially girls.
I'll give you an example with this one.
It's protecting young people. I absolutely agree with it.
See, it says, children and teenagers under 16 to be banned from social media after Parliament passes the world first law. So this is in Australia here, where it's just basically you can't use, anyone under the age of 16 in Australia will be blocked from using TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. Oh, even Facebook. Oh, wow. Okay. So yeah, that's an Australian first thing. I love it.
And it's to protect their mental health and well-being. I totally agree with it because there is so much devastation.
Yeah.
Young girls especially trying to live up to these horrible, unrealistic
Let kids be
things.
kids.
Let them
for
be
longer.
kids. And let them just switch off, like when they're, coming home, they're not, Snapchat, this or that, or Facebook, my image on Facebook. You know what I mean? I didn't have that as a kid. And you know what? It led to a lot less stress and a lot less. So we totally agree with it.
Why did you move away from iPhone to Android? Because
he's a traitor.
No, because
he's a traitor.
I'm not a little...
He'll forever be a traitor.
I'm not a little Apple fanboy.
Excuse me.
And also, I don't want to be stuck of their special locked gate ecosystem.
You're just a traitor. Ever since
look on your... See? You were stuck.
No, I'm enjoying... That's not stuck. Look, it comes off.
You have to keep getting Apple products. Me, if I wanted a watch, which I don't want to watch, but I could literally get any watch I want. And with Apple, you have to get that Apple Watch, and you have to get the Apple.
It's a better watch.
Apple,
so there we go.
And you're limited. All the App Store's so limited, and if you want anything that's not in the App Store,
I've got everything I need. Okay, Mighty Eagle.
When you get videos off your phone and transfer them to your Windows computer, it's so much easier. If you don't have an iPhone.
You're just
on Android,
forever going to
drag
be a
and drop.
traitor. Ever since you left Apple, you're a traitor. So that's it.
Mighty Eagle says, can't wait to watch this. But first, I have to finish my shift in this sweltering 40-degree Sydney heat. How I wish I was where you guys are now instead.
Finish his shift. So he's working.
He must be working part-time while doing uni.
Okay.
Absolutely, I agree. I cannot stand Sydney heat. I love down here in Tasmania, the weather. Sacred Banana says, ChatGPT said Dinah said in Croatian, who knows, maybe your bum stinks. And next, was that correct?
Guzica is bum.
Yeah.
Shmrdi. Yeah.
Okay.
Guzica. Ti guzica, as in your bum stick. I used to say that to my mum's relative. Anyway.
Limit Finity says, hey guys, I've been watching your channel for a really long time. To be honest, it's been so long that I've forgotten how I found your channel. Every time you guys upload, I always do a little celebration because it gives me something exciting and fun to look forward to. And it always brightens my day no matter what. Anyways, for a question, what are your both favourite and least favourite videos over the years?
My least favourite is definitely the Windows 8, which was the very first one because I was totally unprepared
A lot of those first videos are the worst. With the upload schedule now, I'm so like drained. I can't even like.
You're not doing literally anything else, are you? Your whole life is spent at the
8 hours
computer
a day editing.
But I don't think people realise the amount of time and effort that actually goes into editing a short video.
But because of that, my mind,
all the layers.
Because of that, my mind is completely blank. Like I can't even think of any videos. Like I'm so overloaded that it's like all a mix in my head now. Yeah. The most recent favourite video I can think of would be the advanced voice mode. You trying that out?
Oh, I love that one.
That's but apart from that, I don't even remember many other videos. It's just a blur. Can't wait for episode 4. Well, you don't have to wait any longer. You're watching it now. Banana Man says, thanks for making content more frequently again. Will there be more destruction videos coming out soon?
Oh, you like the destruction?
Or a Windows Death Command roulette? Will there be more videos of Ben tries
We
out?
are going to do some more Ben and Jazzy.
I actually wanted talking about the ChatGPT advanced voice mode. The next
Ben.
AI video.
And me watching.
We'll have Ben, trying out advanced voice mode. Because we want Ben, and we'll do a bit of role play and do like a Thank God You're Here thing, if you know that show, where AI is there and it's
I always wanted to become an actress, but I never did.
So we'll do some role play and stuff with Ben and Dinah, and it will rank who's a better actor, Ben or Dinah and stuff. That based on the voice.
Obviously.
Okay.
But Ben's better at impersonations and.
So we'll just start skimming through the comments now because we're a little bit low on time and we can't let the video get too long.
There's a lot of people that have been watching their
for a
channel
long time. That's right. They have
and
been.
he's currently 21.
Do you guys prefer cats or dogs?
Cats.
I'm not a pet person.
Let's just say all my life I probably preferred dogs. Cats are cleaner though. But I don't know, dogs love you more.
The Mitsubishi is mine now. I bought it off Diana. Diana got an electric car. And
I've got a dolphin, big dolphin.
I'm literally at work as I'm working, listening to the OSFirstTimer videos while helping out customers. Wow.
It helps him get through work.
This guy's saying he was annoying in the video. That was the guy. Is his voice annoying? Yeah, he's annoying. That's him.
That was...
Why does Diana hate Android so much? Why do you hate Android?
Because I just like Apple iPhone. Look, I prefer Windows operating systems or Ubuntu, not Mac.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a phone, I much prefer iPhones. I don't know.
But why? What can iPhone do that Android can't?
Oh, I just like the operating system. It's more logical. It's better.
What's more logical?
Whenever I go to use your father's phone, I can't use it. You pick it up, you use it. It's much more user friendly.
That's the same as Android. I pick mine up and I think it's because you're on someone else's phone. It's like, do you know what? If you went to someone else's kitchen.
Dad's phone frustrates me like anything. I just like my phone.
Okay, quick example. So I go to a Bible study every fortnight with one of my friends, Jane. And when I was at her house, at the end, I wanted to help her clean up all the plates and stuff. And it's like you clean up a plate and then you go in the kitchen, you're like, where does this plate go? Where does this fork go? Where does this go? And you're in someone else's kitchen and you don't know where to pack things away.
But not in my kitchen's very logical. You'd know instantly.
If you were
know things that you could do blindfold.
If you were in someone else's kitchen and you would be there,
it depends
and it's not
how organised they are.
No, but at the same time, Jane had a very organised kitchen.
Well,
and
I would know my way around.
Well, I didn't. Okay.
Because you're a male.
Okay, so this person says Philip looks like Moshiko from Tamako Make It. So let's see.
What's a moshiko?
I do.
You do.
I do look like that, just with darker hair.
Let's go to the next comment because I saw it. It's to do with the. I got
You're going to get a new car.
BYD Dolphin.
Yep.
And the Mirage is Philips.
Okay, well, you guys didn't read my comment, and if you read this comment, please continue the Massive Archive. Unfortunately, we're not doing that series.
I wish we could.
What made you interested in OSs and tech? When I was a kid, I was in a house, and there were objects in that house that didn't do things. For example, a teddy bear. And, I'm 4 years old, and the teddy bear doesn't do anything. You can give it a hug, but then that's kind of the end of it. And then there was this little laptop computer thing that was like a fake kid's laptop. And it could do things. And that was very exciting for me. So that's why I got into tech.
I didn't even get you the internet. I didn't even subscribe
until I was 13.
Until you were 13.
Yeah.
So that's a long time.
And when I was in childcare centres as a child, because I was in childcare centres as an adult too, because I was an early childhood educator. I was an early childhood educator. But when I was a kid and I was attending, childcare myself, my favourite thing was the typewriter, because it did things, it was interesting.
Just like Brown Wolf, one of our podcasters, he's an Android person. Okay, well, that's, I'm not going to comment.
There are too many features that Android has that iPhones don't.
I don't need those
couldn't
features.
Leave without.
I'm living, look at me, I'm alive, I'm living with an iPhone and I'm not complaining. There we go.
See, so Diana loves it when she's limited. So I'll always keep that in mind. I love being limited. That's what I'll think about Diana.
Well, too much choice is overwhelming when you think about it.
OS Daily Timer made a special recently, and I'm featured in the video. So let's see how he was featured in it. See, we're so far at the point where people not even getting featured on our channel, but they're getting featured in OS Daily Timer. So the video is called Logan Productions reacting to the OS Daily Timer video that I was in.
On this episode of Logan Productions, we are going to be reacting to me and this OS Daily.
So basically, you can hear he chose the same music I use at the start.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And stuff, and the at front of the computer and stuff, pretending, like the way. So he was copying our style.
And he's going, look at her. She knows what she's talking about.
This is OS Daily Timer trying out the challenge. Little Johnny went to the shop to steal a packet of chips challenge.
His channel.
Little Johnny went to the shop.
Little Johnny went to the shelf.
He went to the shelf?
What did
Little Johnny went to the shelf. Then he got out of the shelf and went to the shop.
Go into it.
And went into the shop. So that's obviously he's trying to do the thing. He said, and then he got out of the shelf and went to the shop and went to the shelf again. So it's always trying the bench up, because Vista voice recognition. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out now. It's this video. Go watch it. Dad tries out Vista speech recognition. Okay, go check it out. It was pretty, and that's OS Daily Timer trying to recreate that himself and see if he can do the challenge. And it's so bad that even he had trouble. Note that while filming, we got distracted and missed the point. So here is the part of the clip showing how Logan Productions got featured on OS Daily Timer.
There's something I almost forgot, but there is a YouTuber named Logan Productions, and he won my challenge of watching the first 14 episodes of OS Daily Timer.
So yeah, please subscribe to my channel Logan Productions, or else I will steal your toaster. So yeah.
This person's saying I was wondering about the outro music. That is Walk Home by Solar or something like that.
I love that. Why do you always sell things to Matthew? Because he's always buying them.
Yeah.
That's why.
And we also
He likes to buy cheap stuff. He's a bargain hunter.
Although that being said, we don't really do it anymore because we don't live near Matthew anymore. Matthew's
and he won't pay for the postage because he's a cheapskate.
He's up in Brisbane now, and we're in Tasmania. So when we're both in Sydney,
It worked then.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, this is episode 3.
Although I did post him my old iPhone SE. The first version.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
He actually bought that and I had to post it to him.
Mighty Eagle's saying, this is episode 3. This is episode 3. This is far out. That's based on what happened at the end of the video. Half-Life 2, episode 3, when, we're waiting for episode 3 of Half-Life 2, but... they never make episode 3 of Half-Life 2, and they'll never make Half-Life 3. I think they're scared of 3. Valve is scared of 3. But anyway, what he's referring to there, Mighty Eagle's referring to, is at the start of these, I say, this is episode 2. This is episode 3. And like, hear it. This is it. So, this is episode 3. And you know how many times I say it, so 3 just was hard for me to get right. At the end of the video, I showed me trying to say this is episode 3, what it actually looks like. So I'm going to end this video on a little behind the scenes look at me recording the audio for the intro of this episode, where I say this is episode 3. I said it so many times trying to perfect it that I couldn't keep a straight face anymore. This is episode 3. This is episode 3. I just couldn't, when you say the same thing over and over again, it just becomes ridiculous.
And it's funny, I'm so used to it because when I'm downstairs on my laptop, you go into the bathroom sometimes to try and do your this is episode or do welcome to and do your little voiceover, and I'm just so used to, I'm on my laptop in my room working away while you're in the bathroom just talking to yourself. This is episode 3, whatever you say.
Okay, anyway, Rovermation Boo, trying to scare Rovermation.
Oh, dead cats, no
and
comments.
The last comment here we'll feature is, what? When you were young, and referring to me, you looked like English boy. Now that you're growing up, you look Chinese. What happened to you?
Maybe he was talking about, I don't know.
No, he's referring to me. So he's saying me at 30, I look Chinese.
Well, there
but
you go.
When I was young, at 18, I looked like I'm in the UK. If anyone agrees with this person, please let me know. I mean, maybe it's because I look a little bit like this. That must be it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
See you there.